Yes, my G's, how are we all doing? Today I've got some tips for you on how to do a nice drop transition with a little fake drop built in as well. But also just some general ideas for little build-ups and little things you can do to transition into your drop for your drum and bass tune. So let's dive straight into it. I'll give you a little preview of this drop so far, and I'm just going to give you like 5 ideas that are quite universal. You can try any of them out on your track and maybe it'll give you some inspiration, all right? But here's a little preview, right? Alright, I think you get the point. So if you want to learn about the bass line I made and also the drums, they're in both of the 2 previous videos. Alright, so my 5 ideas for things you can do to transition into your drop are: number 1, make a filtered version of your drum beat. Okay, so got my drum beat here on its own, nice and fat. Basically going to bounce out the whole beat to have it as a break over here. All right, and then what we're going to do for the we're going to have just 4 bars. We're going to turn down the volume of the whole channel, and then I'm going to apply some filter movement, a low pass filter, automating it to come up. I've put in my automation here in Logic, but you could use an auto filter if you want. But yeah, having the filter slowly creep up with a low pass so it gets brighter and brighter. Just 4 bars exactly of that break and then stop, you know? And the second thing I've done to it is applied a reverb as well, convolution reverb. I've gone for a white decay 200 milliseconds, and I actually also automate the reverb to go from wet to dry because that creates an increasing tension. So starts off at 100% reverb. And finishes around 30% or so it gets fairly dry, but still some reverb on at the end. And then so it sounds really nice combined when you have that as part of your build-up, like a filtered and reverbed drum break with automation. Yeah, nice way to introduce the drums that are going to come later on. All right, so the second tip and idea is to do basically a similar thing for your bass line. So you can take the main bass line, which is over here, right? And yeah, bounce that out, loop it over for 4 bars as well. And then for this one, we're basically going to do a very similar thing. We're also going to reverb and filter it, right? So starting off with a filter, starting off around 350 hertz and going up. Opening up, not all the way, but up to somewhere around 2 or 3K. And then once we've got that on there, also turning down the channel a little bit and also adding a wonderful reverb as well. Different type of reverb for this one. And this time I've gone for a larger space. This is called the garage ramp. But again, I'm starting off at 100% mix and I'm blending it off so the bass gets a bit more audible and a bit drier as we come towards the drop. Alright, wonderful. I'm going to leave that tail on because I've got a fake drop coming in next. But if I was going straight into the drop with the new bass, I might cut that tail off, that reverb tail, you know? But yeah, so we've got the drum break and the bass together. Okay, really nice. So that's the first 2 ideas. Then the third idea is where we're going to start to implement the fake drop, right? So for the fake drop, I've got a white noise sweep coming in first. So here I've done a white noise sweep, and this is this exact same white noise sweep I also made on a previous video a few days ago. So you can check that out if you don't know how to make your own white noise sweeps, make them custom made. So for the transition to blend over, we're going to have this white noise sweep to signify the fake drop, right? And then everything else kicks in a bit later, right? But that's the third thing. It always works well, white noise transition. You can do that into your fake drop, or if you're going straight into the drop, also will work fine, you know, but never, even if you don't want it to be that audible, just turn it down. Nice and low in the background, and it'll still help with your transition, definitely. All right, so the fourth thing is to create a kickmosphere. I call them kickmospheres. It's like an atmosphere made from a kick drum. Sounds like this, right? So I just take my main kick, it's the exact same kick that I've got in my drop, put it on a new channel, and over there I basically add a fresh reverb onto this kick one shot, you know, and it can be any type of reverb. But if I choose a convolution reverb, I got more chances to get one that I like the character of. So here I've got another convolution one. This is the Spokane Women's Club. So like a nice kickmosphere for the impact, because it's not actually the drop yet, but it's the fake drop. But I still want to pronounce that. I want to pronounce the start of the fake drop, right? So all together with my white noise and my sort of drum break build up. Now we've got our four elements already in. So the filtered drums, the filtered bass, the white noise, and the little kickmosphere for the impact, right? Okay, now the fifth and final trick is to have, this applies to only really when you're doing a fake drop intentionally, and this is to have the bass line come in before the drums, but to put some effect on the bass line so it's actually different to when it then later properly drops, you know? And so to do that, what I've done is I've used two effects, mainly a comb filter and a flanger, right? And they start off with their mix on 100%. So 100% of the comb filter with a stereo mode on, and 100% of the flanger. Just to make it weird and spacey and stereo-y and creative, and not actually quite as tight in the mono of the sound, you know, going a bit on purposely spacey. Just for this part, because it's not really the actual drop yet, so I can afford to do some more creative effects, you know. So automate both of those guys and have a little jump right at the end. You can see my automation. I'll automate the comb filter down almost all the way, and then I'll have a quick jump down to 0 again, and the same for the flanger. Automate it like all the way, almost all the way down, and then right before the real drop comes in, a quick drop to 0, so you've got a bit of a quick energy change when the real drop hits it, kicks in here 2 bars later, you know? Okay, so just balancing out the automation to control the actual energy of the transition. And finally, as a little bonus thing, for my drums, when I bring them back in, I bring them back in slightly early. On the last snare of the 2 bars, I bring everything in back on that snare with a little extra shuffle to give a little bit of a little bit of a pickup before it kicks in, you know. If you wanted to go another step further, you could take this little drum fill just before here and apply a bit of a spacey reverb effect to that, and then cut to the main drums, and that'll have another layer of dynamic interest as well. But I didn't quite get around to doing that in this tutorial, but something I might do going forwards. So that's a little bonus tip. But all together now, one more time from everyone, all the people gathering together. So there you have it, Mudgies. There's 5 ideas for your transitions to your drop off the top of my head. Hope that was helpful for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. May I remind you as well, the best way to level up your sound would be to book production lessons with me. You can do that via the links down below. You can also join my Patreon, and in there the best tier to join is the Discord tier, because then you'll get into my Discord, and then you can join our feedback live streams, get feedback from other members, which is a great thing to do as well between lessons. And thirdly, if you'd like some vital presets, or phase plant presets. I've got many, many great ones on my website, even a current preset pack. Just check them out. The links for all those are down below. And just before I let you go as well, in case you want mixing and mastering done, email me at info@artifactmusic.com. You'll get a great sound, much better than you would with an AI software. And also, if you want me to DJ in a town near you, you can also email me to arrange that. All right, that's enough from me today. More from me very soon. Much love.